As far as I'm concerned, Demo 13 is a complete Ajax web application. We're done. But I'm going to go ahead and show you Demo 14. Demo 14 is really just a different way of showing the same data. Not necessarily better, it just kind of depends on your point of view. So let me show you what it does. It occurred to me as I was setting up Demo 13, well, maybe we would want to be able to show if we've got, say, 4 results, what if we put all 4 of the pins on the map right away? So let me show you how that works. I'll choose one where we're only going to have, say, 4 results. Now watch what happens on the map. I'll slide this over. I choose Get Details, and automatically we get 4 pins put on the map. And then if I click one of these county locations, that pin will open up and will zoom in, and it will center on that county. But it gives us an idea of, for example, this tells me right off the bat, okay, if I'm looking at, just think if this were a real web-based application, in other words, you had this on your website, and someone wanted to find out, okay, where is the majority of the growth in the Florida counties coming from? Well, it's very obvious. It's in the northeast corner of the state. That's where the majority of the growth is coming from. Let me go ahead and take this demonstration a step further. So as you go up, you get more and more concentration right in this area. Your data points go away. But let's say we back it off to 20%. Well, that's a little bit all over the map, but you can tell that the panhandle is not as active as the rest of the state. Maybe we drop it to 25. Let's see what happens. And it really gives you an indication that the northeast corner of the state is where the highest amount of growth is as far as population is concerned. And I can click on one of these, and it's going to center the map and open up the HTML bubble on that county. Now I can click the bubble and it'll show me, or click the pin and it will open up the new bubble, or I can just go over here and click on one of these links in our unordered list. So let's take a look at how this is happening. This is really not that much different from what we've done before. So let me go into where we're processing the JSON data. Pretty much everything else is exactly as you've seen in previous demonstrations. And that's why I've done these one step at a time, because it makes it very easy to build one on top of the other. So let me go to the end of where we're creating these links, and then we're injecting this HTML into the ID of target div. We're finding all the links with a class of map link. And before, in demos, I believe it was 12 and 13, this was click. So it was .click. So we were automatically going to, we were waiting for a click. Now we're not waiting. We're just going to start iterating through every single one of these JSON results. And we're going to also use our lettering inside of this function that we're creating so that we can grab the index as we're going through this. So the first one is 0, next one is 1, next one is 2. Okay, so we're still grabbing the index value. I don't even know if we need to do that, but let's go ahead and move through this. All right, we're using the, okay, yeah, this, I don't believe we even need this one. I'll just remove that out. Okay, so in previous demos, I was using county JSON, and then I had had the left square bracket, right square bracket. I had index inside of that. Well, now I can use this I. So that I is being used over here to figure out where we are in the JSON object and use the county data. So everything else is the same. We're going to, so as it's iterating, so let's say there's 4 results. It's going to loop through 4 times. First time through, I is going to be 0. Next time through, it's going to be 1. Next time through, it's going to be 2. Last time, it's going to be 3. And every single time it loops through, it's going to fire off the show address function, whereas before, we were waiting for a click to make that happen. Now, we're also going to need to make some magic happen when we click on the function. Let me back up and show you that as we loop through this, for every single JSON result that comes through, we're going to, or every part of the JSON object, I'm setting show address, I'm setting this to be false for opening the bubble. So I'm just setting the pins. So notice that when we click Get Details, all we're getting are the pins. We're not getting the bubbles to open, and that's because I set this value to false. Okay, so I'm using jQuery this, click, firing off a function, and I'm doing the same thing, show address, but this time I'm setting it to true. So what I'm telling it is, okay, once one of these data points is clicked, once one of these links is clicked, return false. Don't leave this page, don't open up a new tab or new window, but we want to show the address, the same information as before, but open up the HTML bubble. And that's what we see over here. I can click on Flagler County, and it's going to center and zoom right on Flagler County. I can click on any one of these, and it's going to open up exactly where we need to be. So that's demo 14. Very a lot more advanced. The one problem that I would say with demo 14, and something to think about, is that you'll notice that sometimes results can load a lot fairly slowly if you've got a lot of data points. If you're going to put 20 pins on the map, first of all, you always run into the possibility that Google's geocoder is not able to pick up the address, and then it's going to probably stop putting pins on the map, so you're going to have a problem there. But the other one is that just the usability of putting 35, 50, 75 pins on the map, it begins to lose its usefulness. Whereas when you're putting, say, 3 pins on the map, that's very useful information. But if you're putting, say, 35 pins on the map, see, it takes a while. You can see that there's a little bit of a delay while these pins are being put on the map. Let me start over with demo 14, and I'll just choose a 5% increase. Let's put 52 pins on the map, and I'll show you that this can take a little bit of time. Okay, so the usability of this is kind of questionable. Is it really that useful to be able to do it? So one of the things you might do is you might do some sort of amalgamation, or sort of a cross between demo 13 and demo 14, and figure out, okay, how many results are there? If there are less than 5 results, show all the pins at once. If there are more than 5 results, then just wait for someone to click the pins. And that would be very easy to do.